So, hey guys, how's it going? So pretty much some of you have taken a, look at a few of my vids and then, you're like, oh, how did you do those tricks? I mean, I don't see them on any of the generic, yo-yo tutorial sites. How do you do them? What are the tutorials? And the answer is they're kind of my own combos / elements. So, this is pretty much how it works, okay? When you begin as a yo-yo player, you learn, the normal tricks. So things like brain twister or trapeze, double or nothing. And then you go into the more advanced ones like shockwave. Whoops. And what else? Kamikaze. Let's see if I can do that. Yeah, stuff like that. And then either one, learn them all, or two, get bored of them. And then you go on and take a look at, I don't know, some of the other players' yo-yo vids, like that and that, as an example. And then you're like, okay, so where do they learn those tricks and how do they do them? Well, they start off, or this is just how I do it, but they start off by merging the tricks they already know together. So, two tricks would be Skin the Gerbil and the Matrix. So, what they would do is they're like, okay, let's try and merge them together. So, get it like that, and then you have your own combo. Well, it's not your own combo, but pretty close to it. So you've got a little combo that you've made. Now, it's no longer Skin the Gerbil, and it's no longer just a double or nothing, it's double or gerbil. I don't know, but once you've made your combo, you actually figure out how to combine tricks. After that, what they'll probably do is take it to the next level. So they'll make their own elements. So, an example of this would be, here's an element I made quite a while ago. So, I'll do that, hop it on there, and get into the triangle. Okay, I'm not sure if anyone's made that before me or after me, just for the sake of this, let's say I made it, alright? Then, I would say, okay, that's pretty cool, so why don't I try and combine this with another trick? So, how about I try the double or nothing, twist my finger in, and then drop it. Then I'm in that same spot. Now I can just grind it and land it in. That's pretty cool. But what if I want to make it longer? Okay, so pop it in and pop it out. Oh, now I'm in an hourglass kind of looking trick. So I'll do hourglass. And then from here, I can pop it up and land it in. So from there, by kind of using my own elements and taking a few elements from other places, I've been able to create my own combo. So, there, and now, it doesn't really resemble anyone else's trick, and I could probably say that is my own combo. But then you might ask, well, okay, that's pretty cool, but you can't just, how do you just think of a new trick or a new element? Well, you'd probably do it by going into mounts that you already know and doing things that you usually wouldn't. So, let's say for the sake of this, alright? I'm in a double or nothing and I always roll off, right? Every single time I roll off like that, or I drop it off. But what if I went there, out, and like that? That's pretty cool. Now that's not actually my trick, but it's just an example, right? So, what you would do is go into any mount. So it doesn't have to be a double or nothing, it can be a trapeze even. And then swing out like that, and oh, all of a sudden you're in a new mount. And then you can do new things with that. So just do things that you normally wouldn't. So that's very, I know it's easier said than done, but it's actually quite a bit of fun to do. You're merging and meshing kind of elements that you've learned together. So, the best way to become a more innovative player or to develop your style faster is to learn more tricks. Alright, so if you are only in I don't know, maybe the intermediate category and you only know tricks like double or nothing, the trapeze, it's kind of like limiting what you know, so it's hindering your ability to go in and out and try new things. So some of the really innovative players like, I don't know, Yanis Karans, but actually one of my friends, Vu Ho. He does things that I would, never think of. I'm like, wow, how did you know to do that? I mean, how would that even occur to you, right? This is one of his tricks right here. So, boom, boom. And that's how it works, right? Now, I never would have thought to do that in a Houdini mount. The thing is, he's been to a lot of competitions, right? And the more competitions he goes to, the more players he sees. And the more players he sees, the more like weird combinations he sees from them, and then he's able to become a more innovative player. So, learn more tricks and look at more videos to kind of get ideas, okay? So then, here's one other thing that you should keep in mind for. The yo-yo player that inspires you, or the yo-yo players that inspire you the most, will kind of determine how your style looks. So, if you take a look at a person who is heavily inspired by, I don't know, Jensen Kimmett or Gentry Stein, they have very similar styles, you'll probably see that their tricks are very, poppy, and they do that a lot, right? If you see someone who's inspired by maybe Hiroyuki Suzuki, you would see them, like I'm personally inspired by him a lot, you'd see they do a lot of fast tricks, right? Their styles digress from there, but it serves as an origin point. And as you kind of like admire or inspired by new players, your style kind of shifts a little bit. So yeah, look at new players' tricks, look at the new videos, the contest videos that come out, get inspired, get some ideas, and then implement some of their own tricks into yours. Implement some of their own tricks into your combos. So here's a good example. Who's a pretty good player at the moment? Okay, Zach Gormley, right? So this is one of his tricks, right? Now, that's pretty cool, okay? Now let's say I wanted to do something similar. Well, okay, so he gets into it from a kind of 1.5 mount type thing, or sort of. But what if I get into it with a double or nothing, and then twirl up a little bit, and then instead of just landing a trapeze, why don't I try and land into a triangle? Yeah. So, like that, okay? So now, they're very similar looking tricks, but they have a different look to them. So that's how you kind of like build on other players' tricks, and you start making your own. That's how it works. So that's why going to yo-yo meets, going to yo-yo competitions, watching yo-yo videos is really great, because it's kind of like the more tricks you know, the more tricks you can learn, and it's how it works. So yeah, I hope that answers your question as to like where those tricks come from. It's when you look at those other players' tricks, it's usually what they've made or some inspired, but most of the time it's the combos that they've made. So yeah, to make your own combos, just start learning more tricks, start experimenting, and then you should be there in no time. Okay? See you guys next time.